You've been living in China for 4 months.
Yes.
这边最大的3个文化冲击是什么？
Number one, in America, you don't use your phone as much as you do in China. You use your phone here to pay for things, WeChat, to talk to your friends, call a cab. However, if your phone dies in China, you're completely cut off from all communication, all way to pay.
You'll get used to it, actually. Do you have a key for your apartment, or is it a password lock?
It's a password lock.
So you just walk out with your cell phone, you're good.
Yeah.
Once you get used to it, it's going to be like reverse culture shock going back to America. I need cash and a wallet and my ID and credit cards on me at all times and an actual real key. After living here for 5 years, my number one culture shock has remained the same. They do not typically flush toilet paper down the toilet, but they put it in the trash can beside the toilet. So like in public bathrooms, there's just an open face trash can full of used toilet paper.
And number two, the city is incredibly clean and orderly. The subway is a really great example. I was coming from New York City. The subway in New York City is, incredibly dirty. There's not as much organization as there is in the Shanghai subway.
Is that a culture shock though?
Not necessarily.
It's a shock that it's so clean here.
It's
So that's
shockingly
the shock.
clean.
It's shockingly clean. My second biggest culture shock, I would say personal space in general. Sometimes getting on and off the subway, people actually just being in physical contact with you for more than 30, 45 seconds at a time is just considered normal here. Or when you're in line, if you're not belly to someone's back, you're not in line.
Number three for me, I'm gonna piggyback off of that. I find the same thing not only on the subway, like you were saying, but on the streets. I will literally be walking down the street. I will make eye contact with someone, a few meters down the street. We have, lots of time to meet each other and figure out which way we're gonna go. In New York, if I were to do that, we would move apart and find our lanes to pass each other way in advance. In Shanghai,
It's like chicken.
It's like chicken until the very last centimeter. I swear, I will almost run into everybody I see on the street. And usually they're also on their phones. I'm not on my phone, and I see them coming, and we both dive at the last second, and then we pass each other.
My number three, there's about 15 people on the other side of this camera watching us, taking pictures. It is kind of weird. It's not considered rude to just stop and look at people for long periods of time. You know that they know that they're watching you, and they just keep looking. Yeah. I think it's a good video.
We did it.
Cool.
Awesome.